man, look, I don't know how you feel about it. I know how Ron Paul feels about it. Y'all know who Ron Paul is? Senator Ron Paul. Ron Paul Institute for Peace and Prosperity. RonPaulInstitute.org. FedCoin. If some Congress members get their way, the Federal Reserve may soon be able to track many of your purchases in real time and share that information with government agencies. This is just one of the problems with the proposed digital dollar or FedCoin. This is a senator. I don't know if he's still a senator. I know he was. I'm pretty sure he still is. But I don't pay too much attention to the United States government. But FedCoin was initially included in the first coronavirus spending bill. While the proposal was dropped from the final version of the bill, there is still great interest in FedCoin on Capitol Hill. Some progressives have embraced FedCoin as a way to provide Americans with universal basic income. I'm telling you, both the Senate Banking Committee and the House Financial Services Committee held hearings on FedCoin in June. Did you know this? This is the first step toward making FedCoin a reality. FedCoin would not be an actual coin. Instead, it would be a special account created and maintained for each American by the Federal Reserve. Each month, federal employees could tap a few keys on a computer and bingo. Each American would have dollars added to his Federal Reserve account. This is the 21st century equivalent of throwing money from helicopters. Helicopter Ben Bernanke. FedCoin could affect private cryptocurrencies. Also, it would limit the ability of private citizens to protect themselves from the Federal Reserve, cause decline in the dollar's value. And this is what I'm talking about. See, now you can purchase gold and silver right now with cash. There's a lot of things you can do with cash right now. You think that's going to continue? A lot of people waiting like, oh, I got time. Okay. All right. FedCoin will not magically increase the number of available goods and services. What it would do is drive up prices. The damage this would do to middle and lower income Americans would dwarf any benefit they receive from their monthly gift from the Fed. The rise in prices could lead to Congress regularly increasing FedCoin payments to Americans. These increases would cause prices to keep rising even more until we face hyperinflation and a dollar crisis. Of course, we are already on the path to an economic crisis thanks to the Fed. FedCoin will hasten and worsen the crisis. FedCoin poses a great threat to privacy. The Federal Reserve could know when FedCoin is used, who is using it, and what they use it for. The information could be shared with government agencies such as the FBI or the IRS. The government could use the ability to know how Americans are spending FedCoin to limit our ability to purchase goods and services disfavored by politicians and bureaucrats. I mean, and this is a senator saying this, y'all. RonPaulInstitute.org. Anyone who doubts this should recall the Obama administration's Operation Choke Point. Operation Choke Point involved financial regulators alerting banks that dealing with certain businesses, such as gun stores, would put the banks at reputational risk and could subject them to greater regulation. Is it so hard to believe that the ability to track purchases would be used in the future to discourage individuals from buying guns, fatty foods, or tobacco, or from being customers of corporations whose CEOs are not considered, quote, woke by the thought police? FedCoin could also be used to encourage individuals to patronize green businesses, thus fulfilling Fed Chair Jerome Powell's goal of involving the Fed in the fight against climate change. FedCoin could threaten private cryptocurrencies, increase inflation, and give government new powers over our financial transactions. FedCoin will also speed up destruction of the fiat money system. Whatever gain FedCoin may bring to the average American, average Americans will come at a terrible cost to liberty and prosperity. This is Ron Paul. Y'all know who Ron Paul is? Senator Ron Paul? The senator? That senator guy. Is this going to happen? I do believe it is. What do I see happening? I see another lockdown, more unemployment, people becoming desperate, very desperate, to the point where they'll do whatever. I got to sign some paperwork with the Federal Reserve to get my money, whatever. I don't care. I can only spend it at certain spots until the system gets up and running. I don't care, as long as it's at the grocery store. It will incentivize landlords to get FedCoin wallets in order to get their rents. It's going to incentivize companies and corporations to get Fedcoin wallets in order to pay their employees. It's going to happen pretty quick, I think. There's already, Walmarts, Targets, Sam's Clubs that have those self-checkout stations that only accept credit. They don't accept any type of cash. The big push right now is, the pandemic. 6 feet. Do I think it's a pandemic? Do I think it's a pandemic? I don't think it matters. What I think matters is the aversion that is developed to cash transactions. And people are accepting it, kind of like a nudge. Do I think the Fedcoin will be implemented? Absolutely. Do I think it's going to break all types of privacy? Absolutely. 100%. Freeze accounts. Institute inflationary policies instantaneously. This is going to be, what is going to be the power of this new digital system. I saw in the World Economic Forum, World Health, I don't remember, man. IMF, I've been on so many of these because I've been reading all this stuff. So I can fully understand and recognize what's popping. And I saw there was a quote, we can't, what did he say? I'm going to paraphrase it. There was a quote, though. One of those people that be up in one of those spots, with their nose all in the air, talking about we can't rely on people to make the right decision based off of incentives. The transition to this new green initiative and, whatever they're talking about, this globalization 4.0, 2.0, whatever. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You can check out the old shows and check out what I'm talking about. But the transition, it must be painful. There must be pain in order for the transition to go the way they want it to go. I mean, I'm paraphrasing, and that's not word for word what it said. But that was my my comprehensive interpretation of what I read. You got the International Monetary Fund calling for a great reset. You got globalization. What is it? I did a show on it. It was a while ago, though, wasn't it? You got the Prince, HRH, His Royal Highness, the Prince William. He's talking about it, and it's behind climate change, it's behind pandemic, it's behind I was doing some research. There's changes in sun cycles. The sun cycle, to where there's going to be shorter, and there has been becoming shorter growing seasons. So, a lot of fear is going to be used, a lot of desperation, but I see this coming. I definitely see this coming. And, not only inflation, I mean, look, then you got the Fed wallet, right? Now, let's say the Fed wallet has to be maintained at, you guessed it, a national bank branch, so such as like a Chase or a Wells Fargo or something. And then the Wells Fargo, they're saying, okay, well, there's negative interest rates, so there's what do they call them? What are they doing now? Monthly service fees, which I call negative interest rates. Crazy. And which basically is if you don't have $1,500, $2,500 in the account, and it's not like at one time, it has to be on average or something. If you don't have this amount of money in the account, or you don't swipe the debit card so many times, they charge you $10 or $15, and then they charge a paper statement fee of $5. To me, look, you call it what you want. But let's say, there's some sort of maintenance fee to maintain the Fedcoin wallet too. We had to upgrade our server room or whatever they're going to say. They're going to say something silly. And then boom, we're going to institute negative interest rates, and, before you can even go spend some money, it's gone. I just think I don't like it. I don't like it. This crypto stuff, it's going to be a necessary, what I consider evil problem. All right? All right. I think that's been articulated pretty well. I hope it has been. One second. Is there going to be anything you can do about it? No. Check India. What they do? They demonetized their most common bills in their currency. I think it was the equivalent of the $50 bill and the $20 bill in our currency. Demonetized it pretty much overnight and told people you have, what they say? You have like a week or 2 weeks to deposit your cash into an official account. Otherwise, it's not going to be worth anything. Which means nobody's going to take it because they can't deposit it in their accounts. So the currency is worthless. It caused a big problem. It was a few years ago. Cyprus a few years ago. They did the bail-ins, right? Y'all know what I'm talking about? Anybody? The bail-ins. And this is what woke me up, y'all. This woke me up right here. Because they had a crisis in Cyprus. And they had I don't know what it was, man. Don't get me talking. But all I know is I was watching the news. And what was they doing? They was only allowing people to take out, what was it, €60 a day or something crazy. I don't know. Somebody correct me if I'm tripping. But it was like €60 a day is all they can take out of their accounts, man. And the banks were closed, so they just had the ATMs. And there was lines of people at these ATMs on this news feed I was watching, right? What broke me was like, whoa, which really shook me up. And was like, man, I need to double down on this education with the foundation. Was that what it appeared to be? I was looking at what appeared to be Europeans in line. It wasn't Africans or so-called Africans, you know. It wasn't, you know, some so-called Arabs. It wasn't, you know, some Somalian country. No, man, it was what appeared to be to look like Europeans. Like, oh man, oh. And when I started seeing stuff affect them, but you know, I also realized, you know, there's hoods for us, and then there's trailer parks and stuff. Now, so I get that. I get the correlation and stuff. You know, it's all an illusion. But man, when it came to the bread, you talking about a European country? India is one thing. I don't know. It just really shook me up to where I'm like, I don't trust this stuff, and that's why I'm always talking about. You know, we don't save in currency; we save in real money. What's the solution? A lot of people are like, what is the solution? Some people may say there is no solution. I beg to differ to anybody. In any way expressing that there is no solution. It's not cool. You know, it doesn't look good, does it? Y'all know what I'm going to say, right? What if the person that is the owner of the account is not an individual? It's not an LLC. You know, it doesn't, you know, it's not set up using a state-issued birth certificate and a, you know, federal social security number, or, you know, it's not even set up with a state-issued articles of organization or certificate of organization, and a federal issued EIN. What if the person that is the owner of the account is not an individual but a trust that does not owe its existence to legislation? I mean, there's a lot of, you know, policies that can be instituted and so on and so forth, right? When it comes to tracking, you're going to be tracking every transaction. It's going to be right there. Right there. They're going to be able to pull it up on a screen. How do you feel about entering this new whatever's coming? with the same status that you have, using the same things that you've been using that have been giving you the results that you've been receiving. How do you feel about that? I don't feel like, nope, not happening. Nope, thanks, nah, blah, blah. Back it up. I have no intention whatsoever. Any type of individual Fed coin account. No. Am I happy about what's coming? Absolutely not. But if we're being realistic, debit cards, checking accounts, credit cards, the stuff's already being tracked. The only way we're not being tracked is through cash. They demonetize cash. You better have some silver and gold. Otherwise, all your stuff is public. But can any state pass any law impairing the obligation of contract? Do y'all understand that the United States is the state? You ever heard them say the 50 states and the District of Columbia? They'd be like the State Department. The State Department. Y'all know that's a state over there, right? That state can't pass. I don't care if it's an executive order. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's Congress or not. You can't pass any law impairing the obligation of a contract. There's nothing that can be done to get away from this short of straight up barbarianism. You know what I mean? Like straight up war. But, these are the principles that this whole entire thing was built on. The principles of the laws of contract. There's nothing that can be done, in my opinion, from my studies, that can diminish a private estate in any way, shape, or form in the public. There's nothing that can be done in the public. Any diminishment of the private estate originates within the private estate through its improper administration, through the improper substantiation, through lack of arm's length dealings, commingling, not properly executing the contract, not substantiate. There's always going to be something which invites the issue. Whatever issue it is, it was invited. It's like the vampires, they got. Can I come in? You got to invite them in. And how do you do this? It's through the way that we do business. It's through the way that we set up commercial accounts and transact commercially through whatever entity we are ignorantly and stubbornly using. And people are like, oh, it doesn't matter. Like this stuff that we talk about here on the foundation is part of some sort of fantasy series, paperback, that you can order. And every Wednesday, there's a new chapter in the series, and it's so exciting. It's so entertaining. And I understand that. But we are running out of time. You cannot say, you will not be able to say that you weren't told. That Sot didn't say. You won't be able to say that. We're running out of time. Now, do you lose privacy? Somewhat, sure. Bottom line is the control, okay? I mean, privacy, does it really exist in this day and age? Now, what is private, though? Private is really dealings that are not subject to inspection or official inspection. And it might be eavesdropping on your phone. It might be, checking your accounts or something. But what can they do about it? Well, it depends on how you are structured. Let's just be honest. The difference between an account, currency or money, quote, in an account being seized versus it being the account being frozen pending the proper litigation. It's all about the structure. It's all about the jurisdiction. Bitcoin is coming. There's nothing none of us can do about it, you know. All this stuff is going digital. Give it 5 to 6 years, I would say. What is this? And by 2025, y'all, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be so different. The entire, you know, global economic landscape. I mean, look, I'm not even getting into how, what is it, like 80-something trillion dollars has to be rolled over from SOFR to from the LIBOR, which is the London interbank rate, to the SOFR, which is the secured overnight. I don't remember, man. Which is a whole different benchmark. It's got like 80-some trillion has to be rolled over by 2021 or something like that. Y'all can look into SOFR. SOFR. Just search for it. SOFR LIBOR. You'll find it. Be like, what? And if you find someone who knows what they're talking about and understands the concept of, man, how do you do this? Is this, and then they only have, and it's 2020. They're talking about 2021. I think it's like January 25th or something. It's really soon. Like January 25th is a big date. 2021. And they only have allocated, I think, 17 trillion or something. It's crazy. It's a really small number that, yo, you're running out of time. Yo, hey, you gotta hurry up. It's one of those dances. I don't know. But I'm not even talking about that. But things are going to be so different. Look, you only have so much time. You only have so much time. Am I trying to freak people out? No. I'm trying to motivate you. You know? Put the fire under that booty. Because this stuff is coming. There's nothing any of us can do about it. I don't think you understand the full implications of what's happening. There may be a possibility that I don't understand the full implications. But if you're gonna, there's gonna be only a small number, a small amount of people who can barter. You know, when this stuff goes digital, it's going to be a very small area, and the velocity of that barterable, you know, or exchangeable assets or whatever, may be faster or may be slow. You know, especially you're dealing with assets. You know, assets have a tendency to move and be held by strong hands out of weak hands. And, you know, let's say we set up, you know, a little, you know, local or, you know, maybe even regional or even, let's say, a little baby national economy dealing with gold and silver. Let any of these banks get wind that we got an economy dealing with gold and silver, they're going to come and buy all the gold and silver out of the economy. And then how are they going to do that? I mean, there's really nothing to offer, you know, very large prices for, you know, any of the, you know, the real money in the system. I mean, there's someone out there who's gonna be like, oh yeah, okay, I'll sell you that, and then be like, where's the system? And I'm kind of digressing, but what I'm saying is there's really no choice. I don't really see any choice. And people are like, oh, so L, you an agent? You trying to get everybody into the digital wallet, the Fed coin, whatever. I'm trying to get you to get your private trust to get the Fed coin wallet, and you not to. And you have a private contractual relationship with that trust that cannot be impaired, defined, or controlled by the state legislation and the state courts. That's all I'm trying to do. Or you can sit there and be broke. If you got a business, you're going to have to take Fed coin. You offer goods or services, you're going to have to take Fed coin. If you work for an employer, you're going to have to accept Fed coin at some point. You think they're making this something for this? You think they're making this stuff for no reason? Like some sort of experiment or something? No. 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 Now, what is this going to do? This is going to create a gray and or black market. It's going to automatically, increase the gray and black market price of assets and goods, so on and so forth. A lot of black market and gray market stuff is there may be a new type of valuable currency that, is established in inner cities of America or so, whatever. Who knows? It may be gold and silver. It may be something else. It may be some type of other cryptocurrency, So, transactions can be executed outside the purview of the government. There's no way they're going to get their hands on everything. I'm sure it's going to be highly illegal and socially unacceptable at that point. Everybody dealing outside of the Fed coin is a criminal. They're selling drugs and trafficking children. What if you ain't got nothing to hide? Why you want to hide it? See where I'm going with this? And you probably just trying to buy some milk, man, without, just exercise your right to privacy, man. I'm trying to grab some milk. Now I'm a criminal. It's going to push a lot of people on the further fringes of society. The opt-out, the quote woke people. Like, nah, son, nope, I'm good. Nope, I'm good. So what's your option? What's your option? Are you and your family able to be and operate and function outside of this commercial system? Be honest. Be serious. Being private. Number one is about being responsible. Number two is about being accountable. Number three is about being 100% liable. So I know, that we got this private fairy tale with the sprinkles and glitter. But realistically, do you know a trade? Do you have a business? Do you have a quality good or service? Can you really sever your dependence on the public? No, it's going to take some time, man. It might take a generation. It might take 2 generations to fully transition your family private. What are you going to do in the meantime? Is it responsible to get out of the public when you're not ready? What if you have children? What if you have a job, right? And you got pension or you got some 401k? What if you have a disability? You got disabled and you get disability. What if you're a disabled vet getting payments? What if you're collecting Social Security? What are you going to do? And in these situations, what, you going to turn down the Fed coin wallet? No, I don't want my Fed coin wallet. I'm finna let this go, blah, 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 blah. What? Oh, I'm private and blah, blah, blah. Okay, I respect where you're coming from. I really do. But I also respect your life and your energy. You put a lot of energy and life into, that's why you have benefits coming back to you because of what you put into it. You're just going to turn away from your benefits? Well, yeah, I'm private. Okay. These are personal choices to everyone. Anyone telling you what you should do and you ain't private if you got a job, and man, look, I never understood someone talking and telling someone else about them. I never really understood that. You're like, oh, man, if you got a job, you ain't private. What? That's not true. Of all private estates, not every heir, not every beneficiary of the family is going to work for the family business, man. Not every heir or beneficiary of the family is going to be interested in being a trustee of the estate, man. What do you think they do? Go fishing? Nah, man, there's wealthy individuals of wealthy families that are in the public. But, private family foundations, you heard of those? Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Zuckerberg Foundation. Individuals can donate up to 30% of their adjusted gross income to a private charity, which is what a private family foundation is. It's a private charity. And receive a charitable deduction. Now, this isn't legal advice, and I'm not a tax attorney. I don't give legal advice, but hey, it's from what I understand. Now, do you think the elite in this country who are private, who know how to do this dance, do you think that they're going to suddenly not set up FedCoin wallets for their private family foundations, for their private family trusts, for their business trusts, for their asset trusts? Do you think they're scared? You think I'm scared? You think I'm scared of FedCoin? I know what FedCoin is. I know exactly what it is. You think I'm scared of it, though? No. Do you think I'm going to be adamantly against setting up trust FedCoin wallets? Absolutely not. No. Why? Because I understand the position and the validity of that trust contract entity. I understand how to enforce it and how to substantiate its existence, as well as the proper administration and substantiation of the entity. And it doesn't matter what type of currency is being used. No state can pass any law impairing the obligation of contract. And what do we use these FedCoin wallets for? What do you use your checking account for? To sustain yourself and your family. You have monthly bills, so-called bills, every month. Food and gas bill and, electricity and, it's the same thing. We apply the same principles. We do treat the Fed coins as cash. Do we save in Fed coins? No, because we do not save in cash. Why would we save in Fed coins? Same thing as a business. A business pays its expenses, then pays its shareholders. Then it gets some more income, and it does it over and over again. Most businesses don't sit on a bunch of cash unless they're very, 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 very large businesses. Cash comes in, cash goes out. Cash comes in, cash goes out. Same thing with the Fed coins. Fed coins don't come in, Fed coins go out. Fed coins come in, Fed coins come out. Now look. So you telling me that once we go to this Fed coin, I can't buy gold and silver? It's not what I'm saying. Well, how would I buy the gold and silver? Do it with your trust. I would say with the family trust. Food, clothing, shelter, education, healthcare, retirement services. Hold a meeting of the Board of Trustees and determine that gold and silver will be included and make up a portion of each trustee's and beneficiaries' retirement services according to the contract indenture. Rewind it if you need to. Download it and rewind what I just said. Boom. An amendment, a resolution amended to the contract becomes part of the contract. No state can pass any law impairing the obligation of the contract. So, use your Fed coin. Buy some gold and silver. So what? We know that you got gold and silver. I don't have any gold and silver. Yes, you do. We saw. That's not me. And if you're saying it's me, you're trying to say that I, misappropriated funds from the trust. That's against the contract. I would not breach my fiduciary duty. The trust does have some Fed coins. The distribution, payment of such will be determined by the Board of Trustees according to the contract indenture. From what I understand, the trust makes its purchases Well, the trust bought some gold. Hey, well, look. Well, I need to know. Well, I would like you to reduce that into writing, and I will forward you. I will bring your request to the next meeting of the Board of Trustees, and the Board of Trustees will determine or not whether there will be a response. It doesn't matter. Gold, silver, fiat, Fed coins, doesn't matter. The validity of the trust entity is not to be questioned. If it exists, was created and executed in a superior jurisdiction than commercial jurisdiction, then I don't care what type of currency or unit of monetary value is being used in that inferior jurisdiction. I know people are freaking out. And if you were freaking out, I wanted to tell you this. I wanted to let you know, yeah, it's all bad. It's whack. It's whack. FedCoin, not happy about it. But am I going to run away from it? Nah, like a little baby. Scared. I'm scared. No. We're in the information age. A trust contract, a trust created under the right to contract from the common law is very elastic. More elastic than any other type of entity that exists. Elastic meaning it can change its purpose, it can change its mission, it can change its business. The Board of Trustees can amend the trust for it to do anything. And there's no body that can say otherwise. Oh, you can't do that with a trust. What? Trust is a person. It's a legal person. When the legal definition of person includes a trust, a corporation, and an individual. So, hey, I'm not freaking out about FedCoin. I don't like it, but I'm not freaking out. Why? Because I'm properly structured. My family's properly structured. It's not a big deal. It's not at all. Worst case scenario, get the FedCoin with, pass it to this business trust. I'm just going to drop some jewels real quick. Pass it to business trust. Boom. Business trust converts it into real money, and then the business trust passes it to its beneficiary, according to the contract indenture. That's the obligation of the business trust before dispersing it to the beneficiary. You can put that in the contract, amend it according to the Board of Trustees. The power's in the contract. I can't tell y'all enough. It's time to do business in your new name. It's time to get ready because this thing is coming. The public is locking down. You're not going to be able to get out. You're not going to be able to get out. You're not going to be able to get out. Not going to be able to get out. I plan on having, the accounts already in place when the stuff when it transfers. When they start instituting FedCoin wallets and stuff like that, it's just going to be an option to add on to the trust accounts. I'm not looking to implement anything new after that. I'm looking to, have what is already set up transition with into this new system, whatever it is. I don't know. And I'm not gonna have the responsibility on me that, due to ignorance or lack of understanding with regards to what's really going on, the foundation of commerce itself and trust law, in the reduction of status, quality of life, or ability of my family. And I think, it's my responsibility as a trustee of my family estate to ensure that there are multiple and as many as necessary mediums by which the estate can grow in wealth and in assets, and to reduce the ability to acquire funds, currency, assets, whatever, by not having at least one trust account that's associated with a FedCoin wallet would be, in my opinion, irresponsible on my behalf. It would be detrimental to the private estate. And it would be me entertaining my personal perception and opinion with regards to, FedCoins and Bitcoins and all this other stuff, when how I feel about it personally doesn't matter. It's all about the growth and the benefit of my private estate. So I invite you, to email me, admin at welcometothefoundation.com. I don't mean to laugh. I'm not laughing at anyone. It's going down, y'all. This is happening fast, and most people paying attention to other things, and I'm sitting here talking about this, and people talking about COVID and pandemics and, whatever. And, this and that, retail apocalypse. And yeah, I'm definitely talking about it. But I wax poetic more about nothing else. Nothing. When it comes to setting up your private estate through private contractual trust entities, and learning how to properly administer that and teaching it so you can create multi-generational wealth. 300 years. Once your family wealth gets to 300 years, that's called dynastic wealth. Dynastic. The Ming Dynasty, the Qin Dynasty, different dynasties in the pharaohs of Egypt. Dynastic wealth is 300 years. That's the goal. You ain't gonna make it. You ain't gonna be there. But you can do your best to ensure that your heirs and descendants have all the tools necessary to add on to what you began with regards to your private family estate and your private family wealth. So, admin at welcometothefoundation.com. Trustee training is in full effect. We just started a new session. It's a great time to get in. It's a great time to start. I'm going to stream a little bit. We got about 60 seconds left in the broadcast. If you are listening online, you will need to call in unless you don't want to check out the rest of the show. 563-999-3625. 563-999-3625. I don't even think the other number works anymore. But yeah, I'll stream a little bit. But yeah, what you gonna do? What will you do when currency goes digital? What will you do? I know what I'm gonna do. And I know the feds. I mean, look, FBI ain't the Justice Department ain't jacking my feds, man. I mean, just jacking my feds. Might as well be. That's what I'm calling feds. I'm calling all cryptocurrency feds from now on. Hey, man, you got some feds? You over there trading feds? I'm clowning. I'm in a good mood, y'all. Definitely in a good mood. But yeah, Justice Department is not getting their hands on my Bitcoin. Got Bitcoin in your teeth? Bitcoin? Better grab that Bitcoin. Them Fed corns. You want some of them Fed corns? Okay, all right. I gotta laugh. If I made you laugh, good. Because this is some serious stuff, man. Ooh, some serious stuff. Kind of got me tripping. I seriously, emphatically dislike seeing my people suffer, man. It's one of my biggest pet peeves, and you can't save everybody, man. You can't. You ever been in a crowd of people? You ever been in a crowd of people and it was up? Probably not. It's some scary stuff, man. It's definitely some scary stuff. And it's like, man, it's gonna be the people who didn't care, the people who weren't interested, the people who were trying to have fun, and who said that they were grown and they don't have to listen to anybody. It's gonna be these people that we're gonna need to be concerned about it. And we're gonna be honest with y'all. And this universal basic income, that stuff's coming. And yes, it's going to inflate the currency, which means it's going to inflate the prices, which means y'all know. I know y'all go to the grocery store. If you told me, yeah, so I go to the grocery store and the eggs and the milk and you know what I'm saying? The bread is all the same price. I wouldn't believe you. I'm like, fam, what grocery store are you going to? Where? You know, different costs, man. What's the cost? The cost of natural gas, the cost of water. What's your water bill looking like? If you own some property, what's your tax? Your property taxes looking like? This stuff is coming. It's fat coin joint. Yep. So the thing of it is to have the proper structure and have those structures own and hold real assets and true wealth. So as the value of these currencies and all this other stuff is depreciating, your family wealth is appreciating over time. You can beat inflation if you do it right. And it's not hard. It's not tough. You got to understand what's good, blah, blah. Blah, blah. I'm going to go to the phone lines. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. I feel like an OG. The foundation is an OG. So hell. What will you do when currency goes digital, man? Anybody that tells you got to go private, you got to quit your job, I'm tired of hearing that. Anybody saying that, shame on you. Shame. Shameful. You got to be ashamed of yourself. Everybody's past private, and going private is different. And, I feel like as long as you know that that's not you, and that's not your name, you're just, we're using it, may still be using it, had used it so long that you have equity in it. It's different than saying that's you. Yeah, it is me. It's mine. It's me. I have equity in that. It's not mine. And if so, do your dance. No one should make you feel bad about that. But you should definitely feel bad if you haven't exchanged your assets into a private trust. Because what are you doing? What's going on? How dare thee? How dareth thine thou? 214-2375 before I start clowning out, start telling weird dad jokes and stuff. 214-2375, peace. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Peace, so this is fam.
Hey, what's up, fam? What's going on?
Not too much. You've been a difficult man to get in contact with.
You been trying to call me?
Yeah, we've been talking about insurance.
Man, I ain't got no missed calls from you. Am I supposed to call you? What did I do? Did I mess up?
You hit me up with the info. It's all good.
All right, man, I'm gonna write it down. Let me get this piece of paper. You write this thing down. You in the bathroom? Sound like you in the bathroom, man.
I am, but that's just to be away from the fan. No, like not doing any nasty doing.
He was like, "Oh, you just called me out on live radio." It's all good. Call Day on Tay. All right, man. I'm gonna call you tomorrow.
All right, about the insurance.
About the insurance. About the insurance. Rants. CE.
So you said something. Yeah, you said something about dad jokes. So you got one, I got one.
Oh, okay. I got several. I mean, I love that stuff. That's kind of it's kind of my thing. It's kind of my thing. But yeah, go ahead, man. Go ahead. You first, man.
All right. What did the ghost say to the workers at the apiary?
What did the ghost say to the what?
Workers at the apiary.
At the apiary. Oh yeah, I don't know. What's up?
Boobies.
Oh.
Name it.
Wow. Booby.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a dad joke.
Yep.
That's a dad joke. All right, mine. My turn.
Yeah.
What did one casket say to the other casket?
No idea.
Is that you coughing?
Okay. All right, I got one more, and then I'm gonna get.
I'm stupid. He said, "Okay." Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so there's two muffins. You know, I'm in the baking game now. Two muffins hanging out in the middle rack. Muffin 1 looks at Muffin 2 and says, "Is it just me or is it hot in here?" Muffin 2 looks at Muffin 1 and says, "Holy cow, a talking muffin."
Muffin 2 looks at Muffin 1 and says, "What?"
Holy cow, a talking muffin. Because they're both talking.
Holy cow, talking muffin. Okay. Why are elevator jokes so good?
They always lift you up.
Because they work on so many levels.
That's crazy.
Where did the general put his armies?
Where?
In his sleeveys. No, I got daughters, man. They be like, stop! They be getting mad.
You're embarrassing me.
I know I do. Why don't cannibals eat clowns?
Because they taste funny.
Yeah, there you go. All right, cool. You got any more?
I'm out. I'm away from my joke book. I had them all written down.
You got them written down. You got to have them on the hip. You got to shoot from the hip with these things, you know.
Hey, yeah, you just have to. So give me a couple years. I'm new to this.
All right. Well, yeah. Anything else, man? I'll meet you tomorrow. What do you think of the show?
Yeah, it was a pretty good show. I got in a little bit late, especially since we're not having an hour and a half of music intro.
Yep, stop that. That's all done. Got tired of hearing y'all mouths. Just got tired of hearing y'all mouths. Y'all mouths.
Yeah, one of the things,
your clicky fingers, clicky mouths. I'm just playing. Go ahead.
I mean, it's true. Definitely want to get on and maybe even like throw something out for one of the next shows, because it's been a while since you've done one specifically about like the validity of contracts and, you know, the validity of trust not being able to be questioned and so on and so forth. Because after you got that initial, you can kind of make it your own. What
was that last sentence?
Show up with. After you got your initial contract, your indenture, you know what I mean, your framework, then the board of trustees gets together and then they can kind of change it for whatever the purposes might be.
Yep. Mhm.
And I just remember listening back to older shows when I was, you know, getting new to this and getting hit the game, about not really comprehending exactly what is being said there.
Okay.
Maybe if we could go into some more detail for some of the people that are thinking about getting in the game, and, you know, what does it look like for them and how do they make it great? Like, how exactly does this impact me for, I think you said it was 300 years? Like, what am I leaving for my family?
Okay.
My heirs, the ones that come after me. Because I know that was a little bit, I don't want to say confusing, but definitely convoluted up in there for me specifically. So there might be one other person out there listening thinking the same thing. And the other thing, just definitely wanted to, you know, let those people know, especially those that are new into, you know, making their commitment to their family estate and for their heirs moving forward, that trustee training really is it's a good building block to get you to go back over that information, but it also, at least for me, is giving me a lot of confidence in going to look stuff up and expanding my own comprehension of specifically the maneuverability of, the system of interrelated trusts. I don't feel like I'm giving up too much of the game if I were to say that. Yeah, no. All right, cool. And I guess I want to be a good one to end on.
Appreciate it, man. I really do. I will call you tomorrow, man. I wrote it down. I'm looking at it.
All right,
I got
good.
you. Thanks for calling in, man. Appreciate you.
All right.
Talk to you soon. Peace. All right, 314-9181. I'm going to go to the bottom right here. 314-9181. Peace. What's your name? Where you calling from? 9181. The area code is 314. Hit your mute button. Hit the one button with your face. 314-9181. Going once. Gone. That must be a sign. All right, y'all. I trust y'all were able to, do your dance, with the show, just, I didn't try to go too deep in it. Not trying to hit you with the blah, blah every single week. I do just want to, keep things at the front of your mind when it comes to what's coming down this pipeline. Commercial activity. It's all about a quality good or service that you offer to the public. To, people outside of your family, your immediate family and stuff like that. For profit. And regardless of the medium of exchange, the monetary unit, currency units, whatever, unless you can offer quality good or service, especially on the level of, from your family, a family business or something like that, you're done. So I know a lot of people get caught up in the actual medium of exchange, money of account versus money of exchange, and it's fiat and blah, blah, whatever. You understand what it is, use it for what it is, and don't use it for what it's not. That's why I always say, we do not save in currency. We save in tangible assets, real money, constitutional money. Read the Constitution. It says what was money. And, it's not anything to be fearful of the future. It's just, to be prepared. And that's, what this is about. The foundation is, mission is to reestablish, the foundational education with regards to, structures and said commercial transactions utilizing said structures. And with that being said, I appreciate y'all checking out the show. I really do. I had a great time. I had a good time tonight. I don't know. It's kind of a serious topic, but I don't know. I guess I'm in a good mood. You can email me admin@welcometothefoundation.com if you would like to set up, a consultation. You want to get into trustee training. Admin@welcometothefoundation.com for, really any of your questions. Welcometothefoundation.com. You can book a consultation from there. You can make a donation. You can get your, free learn on in the PDF section. Foundation Trust Series 1 and 2. Passport No Social with Chris L. 1 and 2. Foundation Trust Primer. As well as Foundation Trust Series Part 3 is available. It's just not on the website. Email me, admin@welcometothefoundation.com. You want to get your hands on that. I highly suggest you do. I was talking to someone earlier today, and I always recommend you have more than one source of information, more than one mentor, especially if you can do more than one mentor on the same subject. You know, get everything you can. You know, maybe hoard it, but actually use it and utilize it. You're responsible for creating your family library or recreating your family library. So, you know, don't be scared to, you know, get out there and do your dance, you know, get this information. And, you know, if there's anything I can do to help you transition, help you and your family transition to the private and protect your assets, you know, restructure your estate, help you get your LLC set up, help you set up your business credit, whatever it is, you know, I'm willing and happy and honored to serve you and your family. So with that being said, y'all have a great week. Enjoy yourself. Take care of yourself. 10 things you're thankful for before you go to sleep tonight and every night, because that's important. It's very important. And I want you to believe in yourself. I want you to know that you can do it and understand that it takes time to change the way you think. And don't go so hard on yourself. But understand that you're running out of time to make the proper steps and moves to ensure that you and your family is going to come out on the other side of this blank and blah, blah. So, you know, I'm here for you. I'm here to serve. And, you know, we applaud the beginner. And look forward to, you know, assisting you in your private transition. So, once again, with that being said, appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Y'all have a great week. Once again, 10 things you're thankful for before you go to sleep tonight and every night. Don't forget. It's important. And I'll catch you next week here on the Foundational High Frequency Radio Network. Enjoy yourself. I love y'all. Peace to the gods.
High Frequency Radio.